time again. It's the big bike ride from Manchester to Blackpool, and I know met lots of people over the last week, as it happens, who are actually doing it. It's the big charity bike ride. 60 miles, there or thereabouts. But how do you fancy doing it on a bike that's 6 foot high? David Phillipson from Chorlton is doing just that. He's planning the ride from Manchester United's home ground to the coast on this massive bike that he made himself. And our reporter Emma Goswell is with David and his bike just outside in the car park. Emma?
I am indeed, yes, in the glorious sunshine. Hooray for a Friday afternoon. Yes, next to me is possibly one of the strangest bikes I have ever set eyes on. It's bright orange for a start. It looks barely like a normal bike, apart from the fact that the saddle is about 6 foot up in the air. I have no idea how he's going to get on that, but he's going to describe it or just demonstrate it in just a moment, actually. So with me is the bike's owner and creator. He's not a giant. He's David Phillipson from Chorlton. David, why?
Well, I made the bike earlier in the year, just for fun, really. I mean, I'd seen one somewhere else, and I thought, I'm going to make one of those myself. So here I am, and here it is.
Where did you see it then? I've never seen one of these cycling around.
Well, if you look on the internet and YouTube, you'll probably find lots of these things around. And I actually saw one in Bristol last year, and that's what prompted me to actually make one for myself.
How do you go about making your own bike that's 6 foot tall, then?
Well, just looking at the bike, it starts from a normal bike at the bottom, and basically the head tube and the seat tube are extended upwards as high as you want to go, as high as you're willing to go.
Did you do a shorter one first and then move up to the 6 foot version?
No, this is my first one and only one at the moment.
So, presumably you hadn't had any training on how to ride it then, because it's not easy, is it?
No, well, it rides like a perfectly normal bike when you're up there. It's the mounting and dismounting where you have to be careful. And certainly planning your dismounts very carefully when you've got people around you or you're in traffic.
So you have been cycling around the roads of Manchester. It is perfectly legal then?
Yeah, well, on the legal point, I'm not exactly sure, but I've not been pulled up yet. In fact, I've got quite some admiring glances of policemen so far, so I'm assuming it's legal.
You'll be looking down on them, won't you?
Well, yeah, or at an eye level when they're in a van.
Now, you've been cycling this around Chorlton. You must have had a few odd looks, I guess.
Yeah, I get a good response wherever I go. Particularly going past the bars in Chorlton in the evening, I get a colossal drunken roar off people as I go past.
No, it's all right just cycling around Chorlton, but you are about to do a massive undertaking. You're doing the charity bike ride from Manchester to Blackpool. I hate to point this out. That's a long way. I've done it, 70 miles. Nearly saw me off, to be honest. Are you sure you can cope with that?
Yeah, I'm no stranger, or my wife and I, Amanda, are no strangers to doing the Manchester to Blackpool. Done it lots of times before, only never on a bike like this, so it's a slightly different undertaking, but yeah, I think I'm ready to go.
Why was the bike ride something that you particularly wanted to get involved in? It's all to raise money for Christie's, isn't it?
It is, yeah. That's the main beneficiary is Christie's, you know, for most of the people that are riding. And no, it's very worthwhile.
That's what we were saying, weren't we? Most people do know someone whose life has been affected by cancer.
Indeed,
and
yeah.
the incredible work that they do, all your money will go towards that. Now, you've done the bike ride before. It's an amazing atmosphere, isn't it? Just describe it.
There's probably 10,000 or so doing it, so right from the word go, you've got lots of people around you, and everyone's in fancy dress or doing it for some cause, everyone's excited, so it's a great buzz.
When I did it, there was a group of lads doing it in drag. Did they do it? Did you see them?
I did see them, yeah, we did last year, and we saw them as well, yeah, they were a lot of fun.
They dress up as old ladies, and the annoying thing was they went to a single pub on the way as well, and they still beat me. Very annoyed. Anyway, your wife Amanda's here. Amanda, come round. Shall we call you long-suffering wife?
No, that would be too cruel to say that.
Now, you've got a roll on Sunday as well. Tell us what you'll be doing.
Yes, I'm riding as well on an ordinary bike, but I'm going to sort of give David a bit of a buffer so that when he's getting on and off the bike, I'll clear a bit of space for him on either side.
Not too embarrassed then to be seen with him?
No, I've sort of got used to it now.
David, just explain, there's an interesting character in the middle of the bike here. You've got an extra passenger. Just explain who he is.
Yep, he's not very heavy, so there's no problem. His name is Woof Willows. And
it's a stuffed dog, I'll just explain.
Yeah, it's a long story, but he's actually friends with our rabbit on Facebook. And he's here on holiday with us at the moment. And he's extended his holiday on purpose so he can come with us on Sunday and do the ride.
Okay. You have heard everything now, haven't you, really?
Yeah. And he's actually done a lot of fundraising before. He's been in the washing machine for charity, and he's been on the 4th plinth in Trafalgar Square for charity as well.
So your dog's more famous than you. Fantastic. Right, we'll go back your Just Giving page just afterwards, but what I want to do is just see you get on this bike and see you attempt to cycle. Just moving away from me now, Becky. He's got a bar at the back he's stood on now. He's pushing off. He's running through the car park. He's up onto the pedals and he's up onto the top seat. have to say. Quite ridiculous. And I've just realised to not put your crash helmet on. What were you thinking? Quick, get off that.
Quick?
Well done. Very quickly. Just
There's no quick at getting off something like that, is there really?
I know, I'm really worried for his safety. Just very quickly, it's a brilliant cause. Give out your Just Giving site for us.
It's www.justgiving.com/Chorlton Tollbike.
Chorlton Tollbike. So if you see a strange man cycling around Chorlton or anywhere in South Manchester, you know it's David Phillipson raising good money for the Christie's Cancer Hospital in Manchester.
Thank you very much indeed. And I have to say, he must be a very confident rider. I've seen the bike, and it looks like something out of the circus. So if you are one of the many, many people doing the Manchester to Blackpool bike ride on Sunday, good luck to you, and you will see David, because believe you me, you can't miss him.
BBC Radio Manchester, 20